Let's start this stream again. It is Friday, May the 3rd, 2019, and we've had some wild price swings in the altcoins and Bitcoin today. I'm really looking forward to going through the bull market watch to see what this means for all of our cryptos. This is the bull market watch. I have no idea if this stream is working properly, but in this episode, I want to go over the Poloniex bull bear ratio. We're going to go through all those coins. I'm going to skip over the Binance pass fail pie chart today. I didn't update it, but I've got another special instead at the end of the video. We're going to check out the altcoin market cap. We're going to look at the Bitcoin dominance, and at the end of the video, we'll go through any of your coin requests from any of the other exchanges. All right. I apologize for the stream being messed up earlier. I still don't know if it's working properly. And I'll just quickly go by the disclaimer. You can pause the video to read it or click on a link in the description down below. Let's jump over to our spreadsheet here. I'm going to mute myself a second. Okay, the stream is working. Thank you, Josh. That's awesome. Now, to get the stream, GBU Wally, wow, awesome. Thank you very much. I appreciate that tip. That makes my Friday. That's paying for a whole bunch of my yoga classes. I go to so many yoga classes. I'm telling you, I get a good deal on yoga, so that's a big tip. Now, one thing I want to provide before I get going so that you can follow along with me is the link to the spreadsheet in this video on the screen right now, I think. And so you can click on that link, go to this spreadsheet, and you can follow along with what we're doing here. So the main premise of what we're doing in this episode, in this show every evening, is to go through all of the markets on Poloniex. And I regret that I didn't do it all the way through April. Things got busy with trading, things got busy with the markets, and I didn't keep up with that regular thing. And I think it cost me thousands of dollars by not having essential information that I was doing this research for. So I'm hoping that you find the same value out of it. What we're going to do is use our simple trading plan, and we're going to review all of the markets on Poloniex to give ourselves a bull-bear ratio to tell us when is Bitcoin and altcoin going to split the other way, where altcoins are going up against Bitcoin rather than going down against Bitcoin. There's a time that'll happen. So up along the top, or actually along the bottom of your screen now, we'll go through the markets. To get there, let's go through a few of these slides. This is the altcoin market cap. We were watching this last week when it was making this formation. This is when I drew this trend line as it was making these bottoms here. And it was looking like bad news as prices, or the market cap dropped down here. It's not actually a price. But as it's consolidating and doing this move, it's amazingly similar to the very same move that was going on in Bitcoin at the same time. So the altcoins are not going down as fast as Bitcoin is going up. So the overall market cap of the altcoins is going up. And you can see that because the Bitcoin price of your altcoin is going down, but the US dollar price of your altcoin is slightly going up. And that's what this chart is showing us. Now I want to pay attention to this one too, because this is the Bitcoin dominance chart. And this is a new wick down here. What's going on with Bitcoin price right now? So I don't know why Bitcoin dominance would have wicked down that hard, except that alts have had to have come up relative to Bitcoin that much in order to have made this wick. So something made a big jump, and we're going to find it. So now I want to look at Bitcoin, and I'm looking at the RSI. We're looking at the 15-minute bars. So this is crazy zoomed in, but you can tell by what's happening at the point what's going to happen to the rest of the snake. You know, if the head of the snake turns, the rest of the snake is going to follow it. Same as a train car. I don't need to be making snake references, but here is tops and just not as much volume coming out here now. So we have this big on balance volume running up here. We can see the volume here, and here, not so much. We need more volume to be able to push up past that, and it's just not there. So I'm thinking this looks like a top formation to me now. And the MACD indicator also is weakened off, and although it's turned a little bit more bullish here on the 15-minute bars again, it's just not that strong. For me, this is feeling like we're topping out, and it would be quite logical if we were to zoom this back to a longer term time frame, get rid of the indicator in the bottom, and look at the support and resistance level we're coming up to. This is huge support and resistance up along this level. It's not going to be something we can just poke through like we did here. There wasn't that much support and resistance in these levels back here. It poked through both times, all 4 times. Every time it's gone through this range, it poked through quickly, so there's nothing doing there. Coming up to these ranges, it's not going to be the same at all. We're going to spend some time going through this. So hopefully, what I'm watching to see now is that Bitcoin will do this, and that the altcoins, or it could do this, and that the altcoins are going to moon. That's what I want. And this is what we've been seeing since April 1st. April 1st, and no fools, that was the day that the gong was rung, and just coincidentally made perfect top formations, breaking up trend lines on a 1, 2, 3 top. And I know if we zoom in and take a look at this even more closely with the 4-hour exponential moving average, when it crossed over, there's all of the exit signs right there. At the same time that this big gong was rung, just to get out into Bitcoin, stand aside, watch what happens, would have been a really good idea. But I was expecting that all coins were going to consolidate and go up along with Bitcoin. So I held until it pretty much was a little bit of a loss in my trades here. Now I have to reestablish, and good thing that Bitcoin's going up relative to the alts for that period of time. So now what I'm watching for is, of course, the opposite to happen, that the alts are going to start gaining with Bitcoin. And for that to happen, we have to have something new, big happen in the markets. And I'm going to zip down just and skip ahead to Litecoin. This alphabet stuff's always hard for me. Look at this consolidation setting up here. And what I want to zoom in to on Litecoin is this heartbeat move. I don't know what else to call it, but as Bitcoin was going up here in the background, the alts initially were fading off, exactly opposite to Bitcoin initially. But then all of a sudden, boom, it just zapped back up again. And I don't know what in the market has the power to do that, but let me go and take a look at Ethereum Classic. Had a little bit of a move that matched it. Ethereum had the heartbeat move that matched it at the same time. And a few other markets too. EOS had the big heartbeat move that matched it at the same time. And anything else that we can find that had that heartbeat move at the very same time, or this is pretty close afterwards, those are all a different breed of market, because not all of them did that. Not all of them made that big heartbeat move. And for me, it is kind of reminiscent of what we saw on April the 1st, when we had that big, the gong was hit basically, and something changed at that time. The alt started to fade off and Bitcoin started to take off. Now I'm watching to see and wondering if what we've just seen here today, that's much smaller scale, might mean the shift has changed, where the alts are going to be following along with Bitcoin now. And then we're going to really see some of our altcoin market cap blasting off as alts are going with Bitcoin. And should that happen, Bitcoin dominance will fade off. It's important to take a look at the long-term look of Bitcoin dominance. There are too many alts coming into the scene that can't hold all overall dominance against everything. My thoughts anyway. And we'll certainly tell if it starts to break above these levels, this Bitcoin dominance, I'll be changing my tune and trying to trade with that instead of guessing against it. But it'll all be up to these chart patterns. Right now, it's coming up to support and resistance, and it's got some work to do to be able to make it up past these levels. We're going to have to see some real suffering in the altcoins for that to happen. And so far, it's not. With that intro, I'm going to tease you with a little bit of our alerts package and some of the results that we got over the year. We went through a few different trading strategies, and one of them stood out to be way better than the other. 62% of the trades were winners. And when we compare that to the overall win-loss of the whole portfolio, it accounted for 68% of the gains for every one of the trades that was put on. And overall, we were up average gains of 162% in December, 240% in January, 825% in February, and a loss of 5% in March. And I'm going to share a little bit more of those details at the end of the video. But before I get there, let's go through our long path of discovery and update the bull market watch spreadsheet. When I get GPU Professor Wally, let's just jump to Neo right now. Whoa! Let's just jump to Neo BTC right now. MN Neo. I'm expecting that's the wrong one. Why am I not seeing Neo? I'm in the wrong exchange. MN Neo. Neo's not looking good just off a first glance. It looks like it's suffering from Bitcoin envy. And when we zoom right in on it, it did give us this big signal here as well. That's one of the coins that gave us that big signal. I love it. But now it's fading off. It's not giving me a 1, 2, 3 bottom. It's giving me a number 1 point, the number 2 point. It's fading off. So if this turns around and gives me a 1, 2, 3 bottom on the 5-minute bars, I wouldn't want to trade it. It's still fading off. It made a 1, 2, 3 bottom on the 1-hour bars, maybe on the 4-hour bars. It was trying to make it, but then broke down more. So it's, I'd have to stand aside on it for my own part. It just doesn't match the trade. Now, if you're a swing trader and you like this project and you think it's got the forever future, maybe you could put something into it. And it would be your luckiest trade ever because you're at absolute historical lows. But for my own part, I don't, it's not what I want to do. The closest I could do is a 1, 2, 3 bottom formation like this. Of course, in hindsight, it's perfect. But the time of it is from the 6th of December to the 21st. So it's a 2-week period for this to be setting itself up. We were almost there here, and then it failed, so it has to start all over again. So it's got to be, for me, it'll be 2 weeks, 3 weeks before this can turn around and give me what I need to see. Because I need to see this pattern consolidating and building up. And then a break above that level would be great. Maybe to come back and retest and buy on strength. But for me, it's like sit on my hands, hold my Bitcoin because Bitcoin's going up and this is going down. For now, until I see that turnaround. And I'm watching for it now. That's the purpose of this stream, is to watch all the different coins and then take on average what was going on April 1st here. On average, we should have seen it by April the 5th. There should have been no doubt, except for hope. Ardor, I'm going to leave marked as a fail. And if you're wondering how I mark these fail, pass, and all that, an alert is something that's almost a 1, 2, 3 bottom formation breaking out. A hold is something that's past the 1, 2, 3 bottom formation shape. So it's easy just to mark it green and say it's bullish. Blue is it's a cold fish. It's something that has had the 12-hour exponential moving averages cross over. So it's a close that trade notification. Orange and red are near fails and fails. And that's what we're looking for right now. Because if we get more fails and more near fails and we go to a more bearish stance, then all these alts are going down. It's no good to be holding them. You want to hold Bitcoin instead because Bitcoin dominance is threatening us at the, where's the 1 hour? Yay, it is easing off a little bit. I also want to go, there's the 30-minute altcoin market cap. So there's how I grade it. Am I off track there a little bit? Yes, that's how I grade it. And then we put this color coding in, and then we add up the number that are having each color. And if you want to know this trading system better, you can go to the website and get the free chapter. You can go and get that free download. And I recommend that you do. Don't wait and go and do it later. Don't wait and watch the other cryptocurrency trading videos. I recommend them, but sometimes there's a point to take action. Go and get that free download. And I'll tell you why at the end of this video. You will go and get it, I'm telling you. So, fail. It could be a near fail, but I'm just going to leave it as a fail. It's just not good enough. It's got to give me some more strength. Now we're going to continue on the run, pick up some steam here. Adam, it's very short time frame, not something I normally pay attention to, but it is an ascending wedge triangle at a perfect time in the market. So yesterday we had it marked as an alert. Today I'm going to mark it as a hold, just as a bullish indicator, not as a trading signal. Now, basic attention token, 3 days ago or thereabouts, we had marked out this top formation in our alerts. Because it's a 1, 2, 3 top formation, the exponential moving averages on the 4-hour bar crossed over. It was time to reduce your position, take a bit of your profit, or close that position just because the chart said so. And I don't know if it's going to consolidate here and go higher still, if it's going to do one of these and waves up again. But if it does, the exponential moving averages will cross over again, and it'll tell me that it's time to get back in if this crosses back over again. So for our charts, I'm going to mark that. I'm not going to mark it as a cold fish yet. I'm going to mark it as a hold, because our trading plan, this simple trading plan, is not to exit until this exponential moving average crosses over on the 12 hours. And it is always after the top formation. So we're always getting in after the bottom formation goes high. So we're getting in late. And we're always getting out after the top formation. So we're getting out late. It's a safer, slower way to trade. And that's what I'm practicing. And that's what I'm teaching and showing here by doing this every day. This is also as neutral. Now it's popped out of this 1, 2, 3. The exponential moving averages on the 12-hour are, I'm going to mark this as a hold. It jumps right up. It doesn't even get the alert because of this formation here. If I zoom into the 4-hour bars, well, it's a 1, 2, 3, and it's just breaking out, but the exponential moving averages haven't crossed over, so it might be a little early. I could mark it as an alert instead of a hold. Okay, I'll be cautious on it. BCN, that's what this trading plan is supposed to be. BCN is still like a near fail. It's got to tick up 1 Satoshi. Near fail. Banker network token. Whoops. Banker network token. I expect this is a fail. BNT. Still a fail. Bitcoin, of course, we know is a hold. BitShares is a fail. Did that ever make a wick down there yesterday, just after the show? Really went down hard. And we had already marked it as a fail. So fail it is, but it did wake up when Bitcoin, when all those other ones did the heartbeat move. This also had a little bit of a heartbeat. It's not as good as the others though. Burst, 3-month view, zoom out. So this is consolidating. It's building up to something. I'm going to leave it as an alert. I've got a personal favor for this coin just because of the way that they do the mining and everything. This is still an interesting chart. Yesterday we were looking at all of these candles inside the main big wick. That's going to do something big when it goes one direction or another. This is really gathering power. We zoom into it and take a look at the volume pattern and zoom into it, because it is such an interesting pattern. It would be worthwhile to be opening up all 3 different RSI, on balance volume, whatever your indicators are, the MACD indicator, and to verify, is this going to be taking off? Is this something that I wouldn't be putting money into it? It's FOMO trading to be getting into it now, even if it's going to go higher. I could only put in like $5, 10, just a few bucks into it. Love to watch it though. Phenomenal. I'll leave it as a hold because the exponential moving averages on the 12-hour bar are nowhere near crossing over. We got a long, we'll watch for that. Civic Coin. Fail. Oh, too bad. It was a near fail before. Now it's a fail. That is too bad to have come past this consolidation and do a breakdown at that time where we had the heartbeat move. This doesn't have a heartbeat. Dash, it gave us a little bit of a heartbeat there, so it's holding above these consolidations. It's still neutral because it was a cold fish earlier, right? It was a cold fish here when that crossed over. So now we're waiting for this to consolidate and give us that move up, the 1, 2, 3 formation. Decreed. Also, I've got I like this one as well. Neutral. It's in between the 1, 2, 3 bottom. I like this because of what it did. Amazing moves back in 2017 that really blew me away, and I didn't trade it at all. I didn't make any money off it. I just watched it. So now I don't want to just watch it next time. This is fail. Wow. Really unexpected to me. Dogecoin holding on neutral. There was some buying going on in Dogecoin earlier today. And I'm biased because I hold some. Here's a consolidation with a tick of strength here. So this stays neutral. Even though it had that wick down, it's recovered and got back inside that wedge. So if I had been trading that short or selling out of that, I'd be reconsidering and having to readjust my position now. Certainly, if I was short, I'd be closing it because it's not proving me correct. And that's over 1, 2, 3 12-hour bars. Absolutely, in 36 hours, if it hasn't proven me correct, I don't want to have that trade. Ethereum Classic. Ethereum Classic? Okay, there's the formation I'm used to looking at. It's near fail. Okay, it's up to neutral now. It's not a near fail. It'll be neutral for quite a while before it turns around and pulls up anywhere, though. Ethereum. Wow, that's a near fail. I'm going to have to mark that as a fail. Relative to what it's done before. Just for our bull bear tracking. Factum, I'm really warm to, but it's not doing the chart pattern yet. Foam. Okay, it's pulled back, so it's neutral, a little bit lower, and I'll have to give it a near fail. Game. Whoa, what did we give it last time? Neutral, a little bit lower, and it'll get a near fail. So these ones are pulling back more. We're getting quite a bit of these that are pulling back more. Not a lot of them with the heartbeat that skipped up and are holding better. And that's important data. So I'm going to troll for likes now. If you haven't hit that thumbs up button, press on it. This is a fail. Sad. I was not wanting to see more fails and more fails getting worse. I can make this darker red. Bigger fail. Grin Coin. You've been a fail since I started watching you. I don't know why Poloniex was so excited about listing that coin. I'll have to watch that formation though for Grin because it's got something going on that they liked and I don't know what it is. So Hunter Coin. I guess that I'm going to put it in near fail, and tomorrow it might be neutral. It might move its way up if it gets a bit more support above this level, but it's still below these lows, so yucky. No good. I don't like it. KNC. All right, you've been holding on as neutral, but I think I said this last time. If you go any lower, I'm going to make you near fail. Library credits went to a fail last time. Oh, there's that screenshot I did a few days ago. The altcoin bag holder's worst nightmare. There it is. Fail. And it was all on April the 1st. I think the thing that freaked me out or got me excited is that some of the coins did what I was expecting, that they would be following along with Bitcoin as Bitcoin showed strength. Loom. That's a near fail still. Are all my calls and strategies solely based on the long strategy, or some considered be absolutely? You can be considered this for short as well in the markets that can go short. Absolutely, this is an upside downable trading strategy. It's almost upside downable. So if I was to be talking about the difference between the long and the short here, the trading pattern is to wait for the break of the downtrend line first in the bottom formation. Then second, we're waiting for the 1, 2, 3 bottom formation to break out and verify itself. Bing, here. Third, we're waiting for the confirmation of the 12-hour bar exponential moving average crossover, which happened actually before the trading signal happened. Normally, that's the third thing to happen. But here it happened pretty much concurrent, or maybe just a bit before. So that's the bull or buy entry signals. The sell entry signals are to look for the uptrend line anywhere where you can make 3 points on it, and keep your eye on where those 3 points or 4 points break. When it breaks and it's making a 1, 2, 3 top formation, there are 3 different places to be closing your position, or this is for closing your position. So this is part 1 to close your position. Part 2 is when the top formation breaks, and that's part of your closing position. And then the other part is when the exponential moving average crosses over. And so in a short trade, there are only, exactly the same, only different. So you want to wait for these uptrending lines to break, and then you want to verify with the 1, 2, 3 top formation break, and that is your sell signal. And you may get an add-on to sell more when the exponential moving average crosses over. And those are the 2 places that you would be able to sell. And then if you are short, the exit is the break of the 3 points of the trend line. So when this trend line breaks, that's your exit when you're short. You leave before the 1, 2, 3 bottom formation breaks higher. And if you're not, if you're wanting to be more risky with your short and you think it's going to keep going, then of course you wait for that exponential moving average to cross, because that'll keep you in the short position until a little bit after the bottom. Exactly the same strategy upside down as right side up. So you could take this chart, flip it upside down, and you trade the same strategy. It's the same. The tough part is being there and making those decisions when you can't see the right-hand side of the chart. When it's standing like this and it looks like it's going to be going to the moon from here, it looks like it's just at such a beautiful chart formation. This is the time to be watching for that uptrend line break. Get out right there. Then you don't have to mess around with the rest of it. But in FOMO here, like, this is the difficult part of it, is that you have to know the system well enough that you don't FOMO when it does this stuff. You have to know that now that you've decided to get out on this 3 or 4 trend line break point, that now becomes the resistance. As prices have come breaking that, they have to break this resistance here in order to change the trend again. So these exhaustion candles at the top of a 1, 2, 3 top formation as well, these are the kiss of down we come. So I love questions. Bring in more questions. If you have any questions about any of this stuff, let's get into detail, because this is what makes a difference. LPT is still, I've got it marked as neutral, I'm betting you, because I was thinking that I'm going to mark it as an alert and a buy signal on a breakout above this range. Let's just take a quick look into Bitcoin. Still not going higher yet. Let's take a look at the on-balance volume. We don't get enough of it yet. It's not picking up enough. And clear this off and go back to... That looks like it's breaking out. We got to get zoomed right in before we can see that it actually isn't yet breaking out, but looking stronger here. Love it. So LPT, LISC. The LPT is still neutral then. LISC is such a near fail. I probably said it yesterday too, that if you go any lower, I'm going to call you a fail. That's Deal of a century right there. Another one of the deals of a century. Okay, this we said was a near fail. Now I'm going to make it an alert. So it was from alert to near fail to alert to near fail. Tomorrow, if this breaks higher than this, it definitely would be marked as a hold in this spreadsheet. It's very interesting though. Litecoin has been the leader all the way along here. Then it's faded back and Bitcoin has gained strength. I thought that Bitcoin would be topping, following Litecoin more. MadeSafe coin, it's been the worst trading market for me in all of everything that I've traded because I really like it so much. I believe in the project so much that I'm not trading the chart patterns like I should be. So when I point out a 1, 2, 3 bottom formation in this at historical levels, I am biased. I am really wanting this to do a takeoff from here and go up with Bitcoin, but I still have to leave it as a near fail. The good thing about having clear trading patterns in the charts, it's still possible, but it's harder to delude yourself. So this, I'm going to mark it down as a fail. I bet you the US dollar price has gone up and the chart pattern looks so much nicer in US dollar. But remember, US dollar is not going to go out to $1 million each, where Bitcoin probably is. So I don't want to trade against the US dollar, though I want to pay attention to it. I want to trade my alts against Bitcoin. I want to trade my Bitcoin against silver so that I can gain more Bitcoin as silver goes up. I want to get more Bitcoin. NAV. NAV was such a great chart earlier, such a great breakout, and it's come down to near fail levels and consolidating nicely. Near fails. That's like not very many do I remember saying it's consolidating nicely. Name NMC, Namecoin. Woo, got some. Good thing we had that cold fish, right? Look at that exponential moving average crossover, told us to get out, and whew, we'll just stay neutral on this one. Hey, Viva, good to have you along. Happy profits to everyone for sure. Good to have Josh Williams along. Thank you for the sound check. And Send Crypto, I've been enjoying your videos too. Normally, I don't take time to watch other people's videos, but recently I've been starting to watch a few other people's videos. And I like it. It gives me confidence in what I'm doing here when I'm watching what other people are doing. I really quite enjoyed it. NMR has to go to an alert status. I don't know anything about this coin, but that chart pattern says that somebody knows something about it and they're putting money in. So that's an alert now, and tomorrow it'll probably turn into a hold out of this chart formation. NXT, my earliest crypto, aside from Bitcoin, this was my earliest crypto. I thought this was going to be the one changing the world. This was like Bitcoin 2.0. Fail. OMG. Fail. Just too nasty. Omni. Whoa. Okay, you are so near fail. I probably should have said near fail to OMG as well. I was just being a little bit hard on him. Pascal. Just the right so much at the edge. It's just crazy. I'll put this as a near fail as well. That they are not breaking down below is good. I'm grateful for that. Poly is a fail. That's going to take a while for this to be able to bottom formation for us to do anything with out of that formation now. This one as well, fail. And the trend is your friend, the downtrend. The trouble with trading bottom formations is exactly what we've been just seeing. If I go back to this coin, potential 1, 2, 3s, there wasn't no real good potential 1, 2, 3 all the way through this. It blasted off, but that kind of stuff I can't trade. Maybe there was a 1, 2, 3 bottom formation right here. It blasted off and it's pulled back. You could have put your stop above your entry and got a little bit out of that from that formation, but you're trading against the trend. The trend is down, and we're looking for the bottom formation, which is, I'll explain more about that coming up in a few minutes now at the end of the show. Some good stuff. What is this? Rep. All right. Zoom in. 3-month view. Rep did it. There's our crossover. Cold fish. Exit. And so we would mark out our profit on this one now and take a screenshot. right in here, I believe, is when we got in. And okay, so I think we got out here. Anything else is jumping in and out, in and out. But there's a couple more places we'd have been worthwhile to have tried it and then step back now and see if that exponential moving average crosses over the other way. SBD. This is Steam coin. Steam dollar. Well, okay, still stays as neutral. It'll stay as neutral for a long time. It's got some room above and below. There's nothing to do. If it consolidates and starts to make a pattern and go higher than this, that's where it'll turn into an alert and a buy. Saya coin, fail. SNT was a near fail last time, and it's graduated up to a fail. That's not good. Steam has graduated also back up to a fail, which is also not good. More of these markets doing that is less good. This one goes up to all the way up to a neutral. Neutral. There we go. Lumens, still a fail. Strat, still a fail. Syscoin, you're neutral. Any below this, you turn into a near fail. Whoops. Neutral. This one should be, get rid of the space after. No, I don't know what's up with that then. Viacoin. All right, it made this little wee bottom formation here, and it has ticked up off of there, so it stays neutral. But you know that chart trading formation is over a 4 or 5 day period. Very, very small period for the type of trading that I'm aiming for, and we're trying to study here. So we did have a 1, 2, 3 bottom on the 4-hour bar and the exponential moving average crossover. So it did give a valid trading signal. Now we have to really be watch for this to fade back, because in the longer term perspective, it really is hardly broken this downtrend line. Maybe, but pretty sketchy on that. There's such small chart formations. We'll talk about those in just a minute. Oh yeah, we're getting there. VTC, wrong one. VTC. Okay, you still hold. Okay, I got it as a near fail. I'll leave that same then. Counterparty. It was a near fail. I'll leave it as a near fail. If it ticks up a little bit above this, it's looking better. The 12-hour exponential moving average will probably cross over. It gives us a bit more strength. I'm going to have to change this. Actually, I have to give it back to neutral. Then it'll be an alert if it ticks up a little bit more, and it'll be a hold if it breaks up above these levels. Say the 48-ish, 47-ish. Then we'll turn that to a green color. XEM, fail. XMR, it had been a fail, and it's pulled up a little bit to a near fail. But it could be a fail anytime again. That's also not what I was expecting. This one was a cold fish earlier, and it's turned into neutral until it goes down below these levels. So we just leave it neutral. Ripple was getting such great news. Just amazing news and research and videos and everything all going on when it was making these highs. Everybody was euphoric about how it was going to be $1 trillion a day, money-changing, world-changing, bank-saving technology. And it made a top formation. It broke that top formation. The exponential moving average crossed over, and nothing doing since there. It crossed over and said, Professor Wally recommends a short position. And a bitch of a short position to keep, though, because of all of these candles up and down, especially here. These were really, I don't know what's the deal with these things, but this was a tough market to trade without a wide stop loss. It was really tough. Next one. So what do I mark Ripple as? I got all excited about fail. It was near fail. I'm going to mark it as fail. Fail compared to its recent. It's just terrible. That's awful. Zcash. Fail. And why is that not color coding? I don't know. Then ZRX, also a fail. Now for the moment of the day. Go back to this one on this page so we can watch this chart update now. As soon as I copy and paste this formula across, copy, paste, boom. Not much change. We went from 15 to 21 fails, and we went from 23 near fails to 12. So these near fails all upgraded to fails. That's what happened here. We got one cold fish, a couple more alerts actually, and a couple that are still green and holds. But what happened is a whole bunch of our near fails dropped down to fails. And you can see that in this chart up here, where the red has increased and the orange has decreased. So that's where we switched places. And so when we look at the bull bear index overall, it looks pretty much the same because the red and the green are added together here. And the yellow and the green, no, the red and the orange are added together for the bearishness. And the green and the yellow are added together for the bullishness. So this is more of an average, and this is more of a detailed view where we can see the gray is the neutral markets. Generally, that's not good, what we're seeing here. And I was expecting to see more of a turnaround. I was wanting to see, of course, that those moves that we saw on Litecoin, what I call the heartbeat moves here, at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning here, my time this morning, just when I was getting up this morning, that's when this stuff was all going on. It was pretty cool to see it. I was expecting more from the alts. I was hoping that this was going to give us something as big of news as April the 1st was, but it isn't. Yes, Ripple will have its day. All these coins will have their day. It's just that I was wanting it to be sooner, like now. Wasn't this what you were expecting? And the altcoins being pushed to the floor? Yes, indeed. Let's go and take a look at that. Here we go, breaking out. So if I go to the 1 year view, draw this back, clear this off, and get rid of the indicator, zoom it back, it's not going to help me because I need to have an altcoin on this, not Bitcoin. So I'm using BitShares. It's one of my examples I use regularly. And you can just tell by eyeballing here what happened in 2016, May of 2016. We had a similar run up in the alts. We had this nice little bottom formation. Things were looking great. There is our exit formation right there. On this top formation, and the 12-hour exponential moving averages would have crossed over sooner. Maybe the 4-hour exponential moving averages would have got us out at the best profit here and put your money into Bitcoin. Then the difficult thing is not to FOMO buy the next time this altcoin makes a consolidation, because it makes a consolidation. It's looking great. Oh, it's right at historical levels. Then pop, down it goes. And it's easy to rationalize. Oh, it's building up. Here we go. It's going to be taking off. Here's some more. We've got a bunch of people very excited about the altcoins going to be taking off. Sure, we got a good run up. So we have to be ready all the time with our bottom formations, without judgment, without prejudgment. As soon as this downtrend line breaks, we have the 1, 2, 3 bottom formation, exponential moving average crossover. You got to take the trade with at least a small position. And then as soon as you're in the trade and you've got your stop loss above your entry, you're watching for this 3 or 4 points on the uptrend line for the exit. Watching. There's our sideways, and it's starting to break down below those levels. This is a potential place to have exited that trade, and it would have been a perfect time to have gotten out of it. Here again, we're starting to see potential bottom formation shaping up. So we're all getting all excited. 1, 2, 3 bottom formation. Price is breaking out. Here we would be super excited, and a whole bunch of people would have got in on these breakouts. This would have been huge. I would have been all over it for sure in August of 2016. I'm certain I was. So hopefully my stop loss was in line with these three up, to protect myself out of this bottom formation. Maybe I could have got in here, maybe there. Not much of profit to have had in my trading system out of this 1, 2, 3 top formation. The best the best is that I get out at a small profit and not take a loss on it, and not be holding this as it comes back down past these levels. So there's a few different places here where we can see altcoins tried to make a little run as Bitcoin made a top formation and pulled back. And as soon as this switched over, we can see this spot. And this is what we're watching for now. We can see this spot. We can see this. Now we're watching for the bottom formations and Bitcoin to top and pull back so that the alts are going to go up. Just like we see back here in June of 2016. June, August, September. There's a 4-month period of not much of a bull run. Getting all excited, thinking we're going to go to the moon, and you got to be ready to get out. And this would have been difficult. I'm certain I would have been a bag holder through this period as well. Now we have a bottom formation. Bitcoin is going up. This is what I'm waiting to see. Really, the killer is Bitcoin topping, alts bottoming, and then we're both going up. Altcoin and Bitcoin is starting to go up. This was a huge shift at the time. Huge shift. March and April of 2017, and I was making video after video after video talking about these bottom formations. They were everywhere. And it turned out to be fantastic. The thing is, a lot of people signed up to take my course in May. I had people in my course in January and February and March. As these bottom formations are setting up, I'm wanting people to take my course. These bottom formations are what make all of the profits, really. But not that many people signed up. There was some good, but my biggest sign up was after May, in middle of May of 2017. So if you were ready for it, you could have been making some profit right away on that. But then this top formation was a killer because everything switched on a specific day again, right here, right in this range. As this, I think it was exactly this specific day right here, actually. As everything came down, Bitcoin came down, alts came down, then Bitcoin started going up and the alts didn't. They started to break directions at that time. This was an uncoupling moment right there. So hopefully what we're seeing now coming up in the future is a coupling moment. We should see alts making a bottom, if we're going to do that. We'll see alts make a bottom formation. We'll see Bitcoin come back. And then we're going to start dancing together. This is my dream, of course, that we have these beautiful bottom formations and everything all starts taking off, because as alts go up and Bitcoin's going up, alts are double going up in market cap. Way better. All right. So let's review what happened here in our show here today. Oh, the special report. The special report I want to talk about is to do with our alerts package. I've put together a new and improved website, taking everything, moving everything over, and can't wait for everybody to see this. digitalcurrencytraders.com. There's a link down in the description below. And I'm featuring the crypto signals and alerts package. And we're going to have the 3-week intensive trading course coming up. The registration will be coming up later this month as well. Right now I'm focusing on getting everything ready into the website, and I hope that these bottom formations stay so that we can get ready for this in the course as well. And so what I want to talk about here is the crypto signals and alerts. Let's click on this and read more. Here's a picture of yours truly with my 6-monitor setup that I'm so grateful to have. This is the trading signals and alerts. It is based on, or it started and it grew out of the signals that we're doing here. So as I was going through this market watch and doing all this stuff, people were asking, can you just send me a quick update of this? Can I have access to the spreadsheet? Because I don't want to spend an hour watching the video every day to get all the information. I just want the information. And so this isn't detailed enough. This doesn't have enough information about what we should be doing in the trade. It doesn't have any entries and exit levels. And so I started a new spreadsheet that got more detailed, and it went into all of the entry levels, all of the profit targets, the stop loss levels, what our risk would be, what our risk to reward ratio would be, what is our open profit and losses, and everything. And over time, I started collecting up all of the trades, all of the winning trades and all of the losing trades. And you can see the final profit and loss here. So we had the initial screenshot from the alert that went out, and then we had the closing screenshot for the alert when it was finished so that we could study them afterwards. And you can see here when we started off in December, we had tons of failing trades right off the bat because, you know, in December, prices had just broken lower. We were seeing brand new bottoms that we were trying to pick out, and we were looking at springboard trade entries. So when I go through this data and I'm studying all of the results, I started to look at the number of trades that went on and the different trade strategies that we have in our alerts. We had the 1, 2, 3 bottom formation on the 4-hour charts. We have the springboard variation of the simple trading plan, and we have the simple trading plan that we focus on in this live stream. We can see here that the 1, 2, 3 the trades that were taken out of the 1, 2, 3 bottom formation on the 4-hour time frames. We had 35 trades. 17 were winners, 18 were losers. So like a half and half win-loss ratio. Not so good. Overall, it made 60% out of the all 4 months there. The average winner was 16.9, the average loser was 12.6. And so on average, every trade made 1.72%. Terrible return on your time invested to be using the 1, 2, 3 bottoms on the 4-hour time frame. And the reason is we had so many fake out breakouts and prices coming back that we had tons of losing trades out of the beginning off of this. So this is some great data about the effectiveness of this kind of trading on a kind of short-term time frame. A springboard trade entry is a little bit different. We had 104 of those trades. 49 were winners, 55 were losers, but the winners were pretty good. They were 29.6% or 26.9%, and the losers were minus 13% for an average trade gain of 5.2% per trade times 104 gives you that 547% overall gain from all of those trades put together. Still, 5% gain per trade. Man, that's a lot of work for, you could do better in cryptos. And then we have the simple trading plan. There were only 35 trades, 22 of them were profitable, and the average profit was 33%. The average loss was 15%. And so when we go over the win-loss ratio of these different trades, we can see that the simple trading plan kicks ass compared to the other ones so far, and we haven't even really gotten into a bull market yet. So getting this kind of data and putting it together with the alerts package, I think hopefully it's something that's interesting to you. So here's what we have for the history of the alerts. 162% in December. January is 240%. February was fantastic. Many of those simple trading plans were topping out and taking profits at that time. Many of them we had taken trades in December and they were closing in February. So that's why the results turned out so great here in February. So by choosing to follow along with this paid alerts program, you get a transparent plan. You get to know what the trading plan is. You get to really learn this trading. We're covering over 250 markets, and you get some exclusive access to our community too. So you're not just getting mystery signals, you're getting some really good training that comes along with this. First of all, we're talking about how to reduce or change the odds into your favor. And those are some of the results that were not worked into these trading results here. We did not take the best case scenario of using our risk control rules the best way. In fact, we took the worst case scenarios in most of them. You also get the bull market watch backtesting spreadsheet, fantastic value. This is an enormous amount of information from the last 3 big bull markets. So you can see the entries and the exits that you can take and get those patterns in your brain. It's phenomenally valuable stuff. You get a copy of the cryptocurrency trading course textbook, which is a $79 value. It's taken me 4 years of writing and editing to get that book into the current state that it's in. You also get one of the most valuable trading cycles that we get here is when to take profits. Like GBU Wally was just asking, can you use this for short trading? And you can, but most people say that it's easier to hold a loss and wait for it to get better than it is to hold a profit or take that profit when it's topping out. You want to hold it and hope it goes higher. So taking that profit is the hardest thing. And what would it have been worth to you in April 1st to know that that was the time to take your profits, sell out, and go into Bitcoin? How much would your portfolio have been different? So knowing when to take those and studying those in that training program there is huge. We have the Discord chat, which has exclusive private stuff just for the subscribers. And you get this new special May report where I go into more detail and more specifics than just this general showing you which the win-loss ratios. We're going into how to adjust this and make these even more powerful. We're going over the top 10 trades and the top 20 losers to see what we can learn from them. You can read through some of the comments of what people have had to say about this alerts program. But I think you'll be most interested in the trade room, where we're getting into some real details, almost like this program, but much more detail because we're going through everything on Binance as well. So if you want to check this out, all of this training is included for just the 1 monthly fee. All of this training, almost $1,200 worth of training included for just the low fee of $49 a month. But you also get to try it out for $1. Try it out for 7 days for $1. You can pay monthly for $97 a month, pay quarterly $49 a month, or if you pay with cryptos, just $29 a month when you pay for the full year. And there's a lot of uncertainty in the crypto market, maybe even scams. So that's why I'm doing the 7 days full access for the $1 trial. So you can get in there, poke around, try it out, see if it's working for you, see if this is something that might be helpful to your trading. And if it is, just let that renew and we're off to the races. So that's my special report for the end. I appreciate everybody hanging out and watching through. Tomorrow, we'll go over the altcoin market cap again. We'll go over the Bitcoin dominance. And we'll go over all of the coins on Poloniex again. And we'll update our spreadsheet so that we know where our bull market watch is. At the end of the show, when we go to this Binance watch sheet and drag this down, I want to update the fail warning pass pie chart tomorrow, and we'll see the results for that on May the 4th. We'll see how many of these Binance markets are passing, how many are a warning, how many are a fail, and if you're a part of the alerts package, you get to see which of these passes and warnings are probably going to be the ones to take off first. I'll sign off for now. Thanks again for tuning in. Good luck in all of your cryptocurrency trading. We will see you next time.